Hey everybody, I'm APH and welcome back to Kingdoms Reborn. Now, in between episodes, I went ahead and let time play out a little bit, added in another medicine maker down to the south, and we've got people leaving homeless. In between episodes, I went ahead and picked up a few technologies. I did a couple levels in trade relation, a few in heating technology. I accidentally picked up the farming water management. Not sure what I'll do with that one. And then I picked up a level into farming. I'll probably pick up a few more in between this episode and the next. And then forestry technology, I went ahead and picked up a few levels in there. For the forester, our wood is finally getting to a place where I want a forester. So we're going to throw one down. I'm thinking right here. This should get us enough wood for at least a while. Let's go ahead and grab those immigrants. We'll go ahead and grab, oh man, these books are not preferable. We could grab the motivation for the future. We'll kind of hold on to that just because we need to do some expanding and we need to figure out food and luxuries because they are both a huge issue. And then one of the technologies that I was looking for in the last episode that I couldn't is quick build, and it's right here. So we're going to go ahead and pick up brickwork and then blacksmith, which only finishes in like a minute here. We'll probably also pick up border protection for the increased income. Not that we'll do a whole lot of them because the forests themselves cost a lot of money to maintain, but that will give us the quick build and the ability to, well, quick build all of our stuff in, then our workers don't have to do as much. So we're not going to take the bricks works for now. And then over here, I do want a couple more houses, and I know not enough food, and yet I'm building more houses, and that's just the name of the game. You have to expand and you have to live on the edge, right? So with this, medicine is continuing to be an issue. We are producing 260 between the two. With that, we still have a lot of herbs that are going out, and I think that's related to food. Food should slowly take care of itself. It's one of those things that's going to take a little bit of time. We're not ready for the blacksmith. We do have a lot of influence, so I'm going to pick up these provinces up here and work our way up to this shoreline. And in this area right here, this is going to be an industrial district, but this is problematic because we're running out of food. Let's go ahead and pick up the iron mine, just since this is where we're going to be placing iron, but not quite yet. And then we're going to throw a road. I'm thinking we follow this road right here, and that will be the main part of our hub. That will be close enough to the mountain there. And what we'll look at doing is, wow, is this ever far away from this over here? That's going to take them forever to walk there. We'll do, let's check fertility before I do that. So fertility in this area, that's a good area, and this is a good area. So we're going to plan on wheat farms in here in order to move into the bakery. So we will be building our houses in this area right here. We'll leave a little bit of a pathway there. We'll do 8 houses in total to get this district started. And this is going to be a farming district moving into the bakery. So let's go ahead and re-hide all the different layers. We don't need the fertility anymore. And hello, none. Oh yeah, none. I always forget that's how that's set up. It's fairly weird. And then we're going to need a tavern and a library. And the last, we'll pick up that. We'll pick up a pig ranch. Absolutely. We might as well pick up another forester. I think that would be good. And in here, we'll take another trade company. You know what? The furniture might not be a bad idea, and the granary is definitely a good idea. So we'll pick up that. Let's go ahead and pick up the winery because it looks like we're ready for it and we're producing the grapes. Not that we're getting a whole lot, but at least we can make that transition. For this area, we want some barns down here to go into where we're going to have our food production. So we'll place a couple of barns like this, and that will lead us into this area down here. That's going to be kind of a bakery district, and we'll do 3 bakeries, and then we'll do a granary with it. On this side over here, I'd like the trade company. For now, I'm going to go ahead and throw that boy up there, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab back out the granary, and we'll go ahead and prompt that. We'll put it right in the middle here, because then we'll do bakeries on both sides. And then right in this area, we should do some farms. And then we should talk about some things because I'm going to be making some changes to the channel. And I figured I might as well talk about them here before the video goes live. And part of it is I'm going to be in the future doing some Let's Plays. but not as many as I have been doing. We're losing people to the cold. And what I'm going to take a look at doing is some hangout videos where we talk about different things, whether it's upcoming games, because there's some upcoming games that are looking pretty good. So anybody who's a fan of RimWorld, that game has recently had a big update to it. Looks absolutely phenomenal. I enjoy RimWorld kind of not as a hardcore gaming, but as more as a community building type of thing. It's something that I enjoy playing off stream because I know a lot of players on stream like to see the hardcore, and that's not something that I really care for in that game. You know, this is a weird thing, but I mean, I don't particularly play hardcore games all the time. This is a weird thing that it just so happened that Kingdoms Reborn and certain city builders, I really enjoy the aspect of playing them on a little bit more difficult type of playthrough. We'll grab that winery. That will be a good thing. And then this guy, I want this pig ranch right there. RimWorld, they added in biotech. And biotech is pretty cool. Biotech is the ability to genetically modify your units. And they also, with it being, you know, the week of Halloween that game came out, they did a power play and added vampires. I think that's a absolutely brilliant thing that they did there. We'll pick up that bakery. Absolutely. We'll throw the bakery right there. With the vampires, I mean, your units are it's biotech. So they're not real vampires, but yet they drink blood and they survive that way. It's a totally different play on the entire idea of vampires. And then they added Mechanors, which are people who are loners and they like the idea of tinkering with machines instead of messing with people. Let's grab Candlemaker. It's not going to take very long to finish there. And that sort of stuff really piques my interest. And I think that adding that to the channel so that, you know, we can come and we can talk about these nifty things that are coming up in gaming is really something that I'd like to do. Also, there are some things that have gone on over Cosmeteers release last week. It's something that I really need to make a video for, but I haven't got around to it. I've been pretty busy with some real life stuff. Let's get a market over here. Before we do that, let's get the library and we'll throw that boil right there, and then we'll get a tavern to go with it. I guess right now we don't really need the market until we get a little bit bigger, but we'll definitely take a tavern to make sure our people are at least slightly happy. I mean, 77% is moving up in the neighborhood, but it's not great. Let's do the border protection. But that's some things that I'd like to kind of start covering on the channel and not just exclusively doing gameplay, because to be honest, I think that it's kind of a dying industry on YouTube. I see it all the time where major content creators who have been doing Let's Plays forever are all of a sudden getting 5,000 views on their Let's Plays. Something where 4 or 5 years ago, they were getting 100,000 views on their Let's Plays. And that's something that I really feel adds into it, is that's the way the community. And part of that is I've been watching some Twitch because eventually I want to get into live streaming. A lot of you guys know that I have a 3-year-old son, and it's possible he's autistic. So we've been having some growing pains kind of working with him, and getting him to allow me to actually do a live stream has been highly problematic, where he just wants to talk while I do, you know, my recordings and things. It makes it a little bit difficult. Let's go ahead and pick up shrubs. I'd like to see the cathedral in this episode. I really would. I don't think we're going to get there, but I would like to see them. We'll go ahead and grab them. The fort, I don't think we need it. That's 1,000 gold card, and money is finally in really good shape. Let's spend that money, right? Have money we'll spend. Let's pick up that passion book. But I don't know what you guys are interested in gaming wise, but I know that typically a lot of you guys play the same games that I do, and I think that be cool to hear your guys' input down below of what games you not only would like to see, but maybe would like to hear me talk about. For the bakery, we will do wood-fired. So yeah, this is like a really weird thing, but coal, it gives way less bread than wood-fired. So pretty much, since we've got all the wood, we might as well do that. This area is slowly coming together. I think that we should pick up a market over here, but go ahead and turn it off. So we'll throw that guy over here. Now, if any of you guys had fun and did any, you know, Halloween stuff, let me know down in the comments. We did not. It did some funky weather here, and then the people who we were going to do some trick-or-treating with actually came down with pneumonia and bronchitis, because that is apparently the time of year that it is here. It's been a crazy year where we've been having a lot of unexpected and kind of off-the-wall weather. Yeah, we probably should look at, because we're getting close to, we're at 140 people. We should probably look at some more laborers. We should probably be, if I had to guess, somewhere around probably 30. We'll bump it up to 22 for now, and that takes everybody out of everything but the markets there. We'll do one more. Oranges are good shape. Food really shouldn't be in as good of shape as it is. So I'm happy with that, seeing as how we're early winter. I think that people dying off is good for the market there. I think we're at 12,000 produced food the first year, and we were having people starving. So I'll take it. Absolutely, we'll take it. Might as well do the upgraded grinder. Part of the issue that we're running into, we need the level 4 houses to get to the Enlightened Age. And once we get here, and then we get to the sand mine and the glass smelter, that's where the game really takes off. And to do that, we might as well pick up gold smelting. It's weird that gold smelting would be before the glass mine. And maybe that's a balancing issue in the game. I know we were talking about, as a group, anybody who hasn't joined the Discord, check the link down below. And not on the Discord, but we've been talking about it as a community somewhere else. We've been talking about balance on games because a lot of games have had a lot of revamping lately, and a lot of people look at it very negatively. A lot of that rebalance, I think, is not necessarily what people think it is. I think it's just the developers trying to make games. Not everybody beats it on every difficulty. Some people view that as not a good thing. And I personally think that 100% of people should not beat 100% of games all the time. That's something that I know some people disagree with, but personally, it's one of those things where it's part of the challenge of the game is to having it be a little bit more difficult. And if every game is so easy that everybody's beating it 100% of the time, I don't necessarily think that's a good thing. And as I said, I know some people will disagree with that just because that's the nature of the game. I see a lot of games where it was so easy that without trying, I was beating it. Now I'm seeing the developers going that route where they're finally making it maybe hard to say. It's enjoyable. It's enjoyable not being able to beat it every single round. Backpack Hero recently got some major revamping. I played Brotato recently got some major revamping, and a lot of what's gone on in those games is they've tried to balance it so that especially the harder difficulties are not something where people can just up and beat them all the time. We need more bricks, and I think we're going to have to get into brick production fairly soon here in order to alleviate some of that issue. Granted, we are coming up on 166 people, and we're running into issues where we don't have enough people for everything. Speaking about that, we're still down to where we need to fill the markets, the furniture workshop, and the forester. So I think letting the houses fill up at this point in time and letting some things like the bakeries get finished would be good. So with the bakery, produces 123 bread, and that's with 2 cards in there. With the improved oven, it would be another 20%, and with the paper recipe, the baking recipes, another potentially 25. I don't think we're quite there yet because we only have 4 level 5 houses, so it'd be quite a ways away before we get there. So this area, man, this is going to be a trip getting this area to work. Thankfully, it looks like food, is coming up into the 13K range, so we're good there. And we're coming into winter with more coal than what we typically have. Stone's in good shape, and that's always amazing. Let us do the insulation in all the houses. I definitely think that we have to buy some more of the bricks. I think that will be a good thing just to help get some of these houses upgraded. So we'll grab those. And we've got enough money to pick up all of the bricks, so we'll do that, and let's go ahead and speed boost that. Now with tech, we could unlock the cathedral, and it's pretty much going to be instant since we had so much bank technology, and that will get us to where we're ready to go into the Enlightened and ready to pick up the sand mine. After that, I guess we'll do foreign relations to get to the school, since that will give us quite a bit of technology in the next era here. Cold people, that's a problem. So we're gonna have to add some more coal production over in this area over here. I guess we got off on a tangent to get started, and that's really okay, because that's part of the game here. We don't have 6K, so I guess we know things on that. And we've unlocked the first world wonder. But let me know down in the comments, you know, let me know what you guys really want to see. That's the big thing that's I'm getting at here, because really I'm here to be, you know, social. I'm here to create an environment where you guys have fun and enjoy it. As I said, I don't necessarily want this to just be a place for hardcore gaming, as it's kind of turning out to be. And that's really not what I want to be. So you will be seeing some changes, and not all those changes are going to include me taking games away. I just want to make that perfectly clear. This right here, I could quick build one of them. I don't think we need to. I think we should let these, maybe what we'll do is we'll prioritize them so they build before we build the warehouses. And thankfully, I mean, with the addition of the warehouses, our total free slots have just gone through the roof. I know storage in this game is one of those weird things where you either, it's feast or famine. You either don't have enough storage or you have too much. Medicine's gonna have to be after that. And speaking of that, we're coming up on, wow, we have a lot of kids at the moment. This is a huge problem. We're almost at a, wow, can't speak. We're well over a 2-to-1 ratio, and that's death in this game. Let's pick up that and the embassy. I think we're going to, you know, it's not really going to work for this game because we don't really do any diplomatics. So let's go ahead and sell it. And then we do have a book over here. We'll go ahead and throw that in a fruit gatherer for the moment. And this area, man, that came together pretty quick, but it's all filled up with children. That might be like the death of me. We did pick up the iron mine in the beginning of the game. I guess we throw the iron mine down, just getting ready for the blacksmith. And what we could always do is shut it off if need be. I like how this looks like rolled wheat. Some of the textures and stuff in this game, I think they did an amazing job with. I would like to see a little bit more. I really would. And I think that some of that will come with the Rise of Valhalla. And something I haven't heard a whole lot of is I haven't heard a lot of you guys talking about if you're excited about the Rise of Valhalla. Reserves of food are low. I just can't get away from it in this playthrough. It's really weird how they've changed the game and how much it's really been affected by those changes. And I can't say that it's a bad thing, but it's just a way different game than it was a year and a half ago when I started playing it. Coal is low again, and now we just have to get all of the level 4 houses in order to get to the middle age. Now, for that, I really think that, oh man, massive die-off. We have people leaving homeless, and we have people dying to the cold. This is unfortunately taking care of our kid problem, so don't look at that. Oh god, oh god. that absolutely hurt. We lost like 30 people there. Absolutely insane. And it looks like down to the Hunter's Lodge is pretty much filled. So this is the opportunity to add a little bit more coal and a little bit, maybe not coal, maybe we'll be okay with coal once these are up and going. Maybe we need to add furniture. Yeah, come on in. Lots of room. Not sure why. Tons of vacant houses. Just ignore the corpses in them. And yeah, people are still dying off of that. So furniture, yeah, let's do some furniture in order to try to get our tier 1s under control, and maybe we'll do some beer to go with it. Let's do furniture over here, and maybe we'll do 2 of them. That should hopefully get us back under control for furniture, and we'll probably have to do a forester leading over this way. Speaking of over here, so I've had decent luck with fishers in some spots, and I'm not sure if this is a big enough area, but yeah, if we could get it right there, that'd be amazing. 190%. This is only going to look at, yeah, 80 to 90%. This one over here, if we could get it right here in the future, I think that will be good. So fishing is out, so we're just going to look at doing some timber in here to make sure that we have all the timber for not only the furniture, but for that coal. We'll place it at the end of the road right there, since that's close enough to these houses that are filled with not children anymore. I don't think they're filled with children. And this is cleared out, so let's go ahead and quick build that. This one's cleared out, so we'll go ahead and quick build that. I don't think that we need the extra worker. Let's get the municipal, and let's get the furniture town, and if we have enough bricks, we'll go ahead and upgrade them to the middle age just to get them going a little bit faster. I need cards for them, and I guess we throw a passion and a productivity in there, and at least this one with 2 cards in there is producing more furniture than it's using wood. That's good. This one's still under, so that's what it's going to take to move the bar there. Hopefully that's enough furniture. And speaking of that, I've had the coal set to 1,000, and I don't think we're hitting 1,000. Yeah, 2 extra coal production, and we're still producing the same amount of coal as what we were. I'm not a fan of that. Let's go ahead and quick build this so that we can get just regular workers in there. And this one I want upgraded all the way, and I'll probably want cards in there in the future, as we have a ton of wood right now, but this area I just want to make sure it's nice and good. This mine is up and going. Let's go ahead and shut it down for now, just so that we keep those workers in more productive jobs. And then for the farms, I think we're starting to produce the flour, but I don't think we're doing it very good because we're absolutely sucking on food. We are up to 15k food, so I mean that's huge. So maybe we do a granary over here to go with this, and after the granary maybe we'll add in a few more farms, and we'll just scroll over here away from all of the cold people. I promise we will fix it. It says every politician everywhere. We here in the US are experiencing an election year, at least for some things, and we are getting political propaganda left and right in the mail, and it pretty much litters YouTube and litters all of the media. You can go on pretty much anything and you can run into it. So let's pick up those. Let's pick up that passion book. Let's get the passion book. You know what we should do is pick up a few sustainability books for the windmill and the bakeries, and we can do this in the tech tree. So this is probably the one time which I would say it's okay, is we'll go ahead and pick up another couple. Yeah, we'll pick up 6 books, no big deal. And that will pretty much, let's clear out all of our spam. That will pretty much go in here. Gets this down to a manageable number. We'll go ahead and drop that in there. That gets it down to a manageable number, and we'll do the same over here. Not bad, because if we can get this to even produce 2-3 runs now, that should be enough to carry these for a while. The improved oven gets this up to 113, and the recipe moves us up a little bit further. So we're slowly getting there. Just ignore all the starving people. This area looks a little bit better, and we really need medical now, since medical is becoming a pretty big issue. And part of that is just that we just don't have people that are fed and things, because food is one of the big things, and that if food becomes available, people drop what they're doing to go get food. So if your food is not under control, that's the biggest thing that gets you in this game. Food becomes available, they leave their work site, go get food, and then come back. A lot of times what will happen is that food in this game is not, it doesn't claim it. So when somebody leaves their work site to go get food, say somebody drops off 20 food at this site, and there are 100 people that are hungry, one person will eat all 20 of that food, but all 100 people will start heading to that one spot to get food. And when the one person goes and gets it, everybody will start heading back to their job. So getting enough food to have your people up and going all the time is one of the biggest things you can do. That's where we're struggling, and that's really what's setting the furniture, the beer, all of the farming, all of the other industries, is just getting the food under control so that the other industries can go all the time. Because once people are fed, they just go to their work site until they're hungry again, and then they go get more food. And that's pretty much the gist of the game. And now preferably they will have food and luxuries at their house, so that when they go to their house, they can get everything. But that means that the markets have to be up and going to work with it. It's one of those weird things in this game where it's you hit a fail cascade, and you really will ride that wave for quite some time until you're not, because it's all of a sudden you're there. The alternative, I've seen the AI do this where they're at the end of the game and they're still trying to run on wheat farms. And I hate to tell you, but there is no running on wheat farms in this game. Wheat farms just will not produce enough until you get to the windmill into the bakery. Let's do a couple points into farming, and then over here, we really want to start saving for the Enlightened Age so that we can immediately go into first the Enlightened Age and then probably get something like the sand mine or stone rows. Stone rows are pretty big because if people move faster, that's always a positive. We did 12,000 food last year. Not promising, absolutely not promising. Let's pick up that passion book, and we've got some houses that are upgrading over here. We do have some bricks, and what we could do, make the coal go a little bit further. Nah, we'll hold on to the bricks for a moment. We've got some money. We really should hold on to the bricks, and maybe what we do is start picking up wheat, maybe? I don't know. That's like a bad thing to do. They will prioritize eating bread. If there is no food, they will prioritize eating wheat over nothing. So what I don't want to do is use the trader to bring in wheat just for people to immediately go gorge on it. And I guess the solution to that would be to pick up just a regular trading post, and we'll plop it down. We'll go right here for right now. We've got the money, and so we'll go ahead and quick build it. We'll bring it into the middle age, is I think that it increases the quantity, and then we'll do the increased load and the faster delivery. So let's see what wheat cost, as that would be the go-to. The other option would be to buy flour, because if we bought flour, you'd guarantee they wouldn't do it. We would need 9 flour in order to do a round. So if we were to pick up, say 100, cost us 1,000, but it would get us quite a bit of just sustainable food to get the bread up and going. Brings them up to 160. And then now that we've got a little bit of flour in stock, we should do the bricks and paper in order to start doing the upgrades on the bakery, because that's where we're going to go. We're going to go a little bit hard into getting them up and going. Can't quite get that much. So we'll go another 90. That should get, hopefully, well, we'll get this one done, and then we're gonna have to start doing paper after that. If we could get the wheat, this would be the preference, because the wheat turns 11 into 31. Easily would keep both of these going. Yeah, we really have to get enough wheat up and going to make that work. Looks like we're just about out of the flour. Maybe we add to the trade company, we add flour in there. Hopefully that takes care of it. It looks like we can establish a few different trades. And this guy is exporting oil. I have never seen an AI export oil, but I think that once we add in this wheat flour, let's take this up to 100. And then I think this is a good spot to go ahead and call it. I mean, we've done a pretty big expansion. We've talked about some random stuff. We just now need to let the time play out a little bit to see if we survive. And we'll see you in the next episode, where hopefully we get into the Enlightened Age and survive. Thank you guys. See you in the next one.